When miners go on strike, do mines really run low on production? Are the numbers given to us a true reflection of their losses when there is no production? Usually mines do not work at a loss and rely on stockpiles to keep the money rolling in. So how can mines estimate the loss when there are stockpiles? To get a better understanding of this, we're joined by market analyst Sasha Naryshkine in the studio now. Sasha, thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks very much.
Okay, firstly, when there's no work underground, there's no ore that's being mined. Let's take the gold mining sector. Since Tuesday night, there's been a strike.
Exactly.
But what happens above ground?
Well, no two mines are obviously the same, and no two mining sectors are obviously the same. It's a lot easier with an open pit mine to mine iron ore. It's obviously a lot more difficult when you're mining 3 to 4 kilometers underground to extract the ore body and bring it above ground. But, you know, the whole thing's a process. You know, there's more rail underground in South Africa than there is above ground. So that gives you an idea of the size and scale. So no, a mine doesn't necessarily run out of ore if nobody works underground. But what you must appreciate is a large portion of the staff are actually above ground.
Okay, now in terms of the ore that's been mined, do mines keep a stockpile for bad times like now so that they can slowly release it into the market to still make some income during a labor unrest?
Yeah, what you must also appreciate is that the grades vary between 3 to 4 grams a ton. So, you know, there's limited space where you can also keep an ore body for the processing, and a plant is only a specific size. So you can, obviously, and you do have large stockpiles above ground, but that only keeps you going for so long. But I think one must appreciate that a lot of staff do work above ground in the processing of the ore body and the eventual product that everyone's more familiar with.
Yeah, I mean, let's take the current gold mining strike, which is still continuing this morning. About 80,000 odd members of the NUM in the gold mining sector have down tools. I suspect the majority of them are not only underground. It's a combination because they're asking for 15% increase for other stuff, and those that are below surface, they want up to 60%. So how would that work if no activity was happening at all? The mine won't be able even to ship anything out.
Obviously, if you've got no one at the rock face, so to speak, rock drill operator, there's no ore coming out. But I think people appreciate that that is a much more physically taxing and by function a more dangerous job than above ground wages. So that's why you've typically seen the unions push for stronger wage increases for the more dangerous jobs.
Yeah, but the longer the strike lasts, then the mine is in danger of running out of any stockpiled ore that it might put into the market. That's why they're very keen to resolve these kind of strikes quickly.
100%, you know, but I wouldn't necessarily think it's just the mine. I think there's more than that. You know, it's the citizens of the country, because ultimately it's tax revenue that we're missing out on. So, you know, and that impacts on all of us, essentially.
We saw the Minister of Finance, Pravin Gordhan, just on the fringes of the G20 summit the other day, saying it's important for these mining strikes to end because they're affecting South Africa's exports and therefore the economy.
100%, you know, and I think at the end of the day, we're probably going to see a speedier resolution than most people anticipated. And I think maybe in large part it's due to all sectors of the economy being under a little bit of pressure. Everyone wants to push for a quicker resolution.
Okay, thank you very much. That's market analyst Sasha Naryshkine.
News that moves. eNCA.com.